old school.
Good Wednesday evening again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Tailgate Talk Nebraska. With us as always out in, I believe, Colorado, and a very cleanly shaven Brian Denton out there tonight.
Kind of liking it.
Yeah.
Younger.
Last weekend was the Nick Sirianni lookalike contest, so he figured he could shave finally.
One.
Down on the end, prepping his hair for his Backstreet Boys edition later on this week is Braden. What happened to you, man? When you were under my tutelage, you were fine. You go under your stepdad, Brian, and you just turn into, I don't know what it is. Jeff Green here with us as always, and myself, Derek, will be with you for an hour or so here tonight. And we're going to break down a little college and a little NFL football for you as always, right here on Tailgate Talk. And guys, last week we talked about three pivotal games: Notre Dame, Pitt, Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma, Alabama, and how one of those three could, or all of them could have thrown the BCS into a real quandary. One of them happened. Yeah. Oklahoma into Tuscaloosa, taking down the Crimson Tide.
Did you watch the game? Because wow. Oklahoma just never gave up. They came out, they punched him in the mouth early, and they just stayed with them.
Yeah.
Stayed with them. Alabama was their same old selves. They played relentless football, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah. And Mateer looked good.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought Mateer looked very good in that game last week. And, we take that off. And Brian, that puts Bama to 2 losses on the year now. They could miss the SEC championship game because of that loss now. Georgia has no Big Ten games left, or SEC games left, sorry. Ole Miss has Mississippi State, which should win. Alabama has Auburn, should win. Texas A&M has Texas.
Should win.
Should win, but that's
probably really cautious about that. That is not one of the hard ones.
Of those three?
Yeah.
Mississippi State, Auburn?
Mississippi State versus Texas. That's a pick 'em.
Anyway, Brian, we go down to Alabama. If they miss the SEC championship game, are they in the BCS? 2 losses.
I think if they win out, they still can make it, especially depending on what happens going down the road here. I still see them squeaking in as one of the last ones in, especially if they win convincingly on the way out. I see them making it in. I don't know. It's a wild year. That's all I can say. It's been a wild year.
Yeah, I think.
And not only did Oklahoma beat them, but it's the second straight year Oklahoma beat them. Yeah. So, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bama did slip in as one of the last ones in as the at-large bids.
Now, let's say there's one spot left. And let's say that one spot comes down to a 1-loss BYU or a 2-loss Alabama. Who deserves it?
Oh, that's the 1-loss BYU deserves it.
But that's a tough.
No, Alabama gets that spot, and they're set up in the spot like Ohio State in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that do they necessarily deserve it?
Bama or BYU?
Like Bama to get that?
No.
BYU
deserves to get in if they're the 9-1 spot or 10-1 spot.
I mean, BYU's only loss is number 5 ranked Texas Tech right now. Okay.
Right.
Alabama lost to Florida State.
Yep.
Alabama lost to Oklahoma. Oklahoma, okay, I can bear with that loss, but the Florida State loss early in the year, Florida State is not good now.
They weren't really good then, we just didn't know it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
correct.
Let's go this way. 2-loss Notre Dame, 2-loss Alabama. Who deserves it?
Bama.
Do they?
Yeah, for being in the conference. Yeah. For doing what they're supposed to do.
But let's look at their losses. Who's Bama lost to? Florida State, Oklahoma. Who is Notre Dame lost to? Miami. And A&M by 1 point. A&M undefeated number 3 in the nation right now. So you look at that. Well, they beat Pitt, they beat USC,
I'm still waiting
I
for you
don't
to
know.
impress me.
Well,
Well, USC is the number
Because
10
they're not
team
in
right
the
now.
conference,
I
they
understand that.
they didn't get anybody big that.
Right, and if you go strength of schedule, yes, Bama probably does squeak it out over them on that strength of schedule.
Yes.
But is Notre Dame, let's just say they went out, are they deserving of making it into the playoff? With their 2 losses.
Notre Dame, it's easy to hate on them, and I'm guilty of it a lot. But their lack of joining the conference needs to be held. They need to be held accountable for that.
Okay, now let me throw this out at you. You are an old school guy, right?
Yeah.
If you smell.
Oh my God! Oh Lord, we got a special guest.
It's the ultimate meal versus the ultimate meatballs.
Welcome, everybody. Good. How you doing, sir? Oh, both of your fathers are in the house. How are you doing?
Who's your daddy?
Now, Jeff did have everything perfectly right there. Guest and special. So, joining us right now, wearing a Charger, no, Patriot, no Michigan. All the cheaters, I had to go through them all. Houston Astros shirt right now. A former partner of mine on the radio, a former partner of mine at the Beatrice Speedway, Braden's stepfather, Brian Cook is here with us.
Oh.
Yep, I figured that was coming. So.
Everybody, gives a good welcome.
Again,
Finally, the cook has arrived at Tailgate Talk.
anyway. You're old school. We talked about that.
Yes,
Okay, Notre Dame has always been an independent.
and they should have never been allowed to do that back then.
But there were more independents back then than there are now. They are just one of the few that hasn't joined into the conferences.
Correct.
So
We have this talk every year. They got to join a conference,
They got to join
but
conference,
they're not going to if the CFP keeps just pushing them in,
right,
allowing them to do
allowing them to do it.
right.
it.
To not being in the
At some
conference,
point,
they should see you later.
at some
Okay.
point, you got to be punished for what you're doing.
But what I'm saying is, do they have a shot and do they have a right to be in at 2 losses, with their losses being to Miami, who's in the playoffs, and A&M, who is in the playoffs right now as we speak?
I don't want to talk too soon because Miami may not be in the playoff. I have them going into the
Correct.
playoff, but then again, they may not.
They are media darlings, overrated media personnel. Notre Dame and Miami both. The media latches on to them.
I
Do
like
they
this
belong
guy.
there? No, they do not.
Now,
I like this guy.
the SEC is what you're saying.
If that happens,
Well, no,
What he's
I'm
saying
saying,
overrated.
if they're media darlings and the media is who brings them in, they should join the SEC because that's who the media pushes.
they
Absolutely.
do. You're right.
You know,
I mean, if they want to keep the media biased, they need to join the SEC.
right.
The conference that deserves them, or the conference that makes the most sense, is the Big Ten. The
Absolutely.
Big Ten.
Yes.
It makes the most
they would
sense.
round out. They would round out the power in the Big Ten.
Mhm.
Yes.
Speaking on that, Presley commented, "What about Michigan today? They also threatened to go independent if the Big Ten doesn't play by their rules."
Yeah.
They did threaten to go independent with the contract deal.
Yeah,
That'd be nice Michigan fashion.
that's definitely a conversation for another day. Once we all get all the layout of the land on the new contract idea.
Hey, Brian Denton, you know what's really funny about this? B. Cook, who is your team in college football?
My team in college football.
Yeah,
Go Army. Beat Navy.
besides them.
Well, my alma mater, South Carolina, but we're a baseball school.
Now, you got one more.
Texas, but I'll never root for Texas as long as Sarkisian's there. He's an offensive coordinator,
I did
posing
not
as a
know
head
this.
coach,
Yeah,
much like
I
Sean
told you this
McVay.
before.
I mean, he is a
You told me
bad
he's a Longhorn
head
fan.
coach.
Yeah, he grew up in Texas. That's why he is.
No self-respecting Texan is a Texas Longhorn fan. They're Texas Tech or Texas
Who didn't
A&M.
know this?
The only Texas fans that come out of Texas are queers. I mean, they're not even scared to move on and on that.
Well, you're not. I mean, you're still going on the right.
I admit, I made a mistake.
Oh, God, I was waiting to pull this one out. Anyway, let's move
Yeah.
on, talking about Steve Sarkisian and Lane Kiffin. Both of them are rumored to be looking for new jobs.
Yeah.
And
Lane
not that they're gonna get fired, but they wanna move on to different jobs and yes,
Lane Kiffin actually signed an extension, so he's not going anywhere
When did that happen?
this week. He signed an extension this week with Ole Miss.
I just saw today they were talking about he was,
He was in Gainesville yesterday
Yeah.
or something. Did you
Really?
see the video of the
I
LSU
saw that he
basketball
signed an
coach?
extension.
She was so they played a game in like Tulane or something, and there was no media there, so she's doing this interview like on a phone, it looks like, and she's like, "Yeah, no, the media came out because they're waiting for Lane Kiffin to come down at Baton Rouge."
yeah,
Maybe.
Sarkisian will go to Baton Rouge. I think Lane Kiffin will go to Gainesville.
see, I can see Kiffin becoming the Florida coach and I can see Sarkisian becoming the LSU coach.
I see neither of those things happening. I see Sarkisian going to the NFL. I see him going to Tennessee, and I see Lane Kiffin staying. I truly think
At Ole Miss?
Kiffin will stay. Yeah, the only way
Honest-
is for LSU. If he's
Honestly,
not Florida, he's not going to go rebuild a whole other team. He rebuilt to what Ole Miss is now. I mean, why leave that to go to Gainesville when you've already built Ole Miss to where they are now?
You know, so Sarkisian has that squeaky kind of feminine voice and attitude how he walks and shit. He's right where he needs to be. He needs to stay right where he's at.
We don't want him. We don't want him there.
You guys say that, but you know, you got bars like Old Can Harry's right on your strip.
We'll take Freddie Akers back before we get Sarkisian back.
is Mac Brown still alive?
Max Brown is somewhere.
He's still kicking.
Well, let's move on to a little bit closer to home.
Uh-oh.
Dayton Raiola decommits from the University of Nebraska. Is there writing there on Dylan? Or is it just
It's not on Dylan. There's another Raiola there. And the writing's on the wall there.
that?
Get rid of the offensive
No,
line coach.
that's
and
not- right.
But also, let's just keep it as the college player. The other writing on the wall is, he didn't ask for a raise to not go to Penn State. What did he ask for?
$34 million team.
$34 million team. He now has $34 to $38 million to spend on his team, which means that our recruiting has changed. Our recruiting goals have changed. Unfortunately, we have 5 days to the end of this recruiting class,
Mhm.
which means our first year with our new plan of going forward of $34 million team is going to be in the portal.
So, let me ask you this. Latif plays well like he did against UCLA the rest of the way out. Do you see both Latif and Raiola at Nebraska next year?
I do. I see both staying.
Do you?
I see both staying, especially with $34 million now. As Rule put it on Busted with the Boys the other day, I could pay either one of them to sit on the bench and pay them well to do so.
Okay. As a college athlete, as a Division I athlete, Brian, if you were in one of those shoes, say you were getting paid $600,000 a year to be a backup, is that what you would want to do?
Well, first off, I'm gonna disagree with the NIL. Just not right. I mean, I grew up old school, kind of like my friends
But
here.
this is the world
You
we
know-
live in.
Well, I know, but my college coach explained to me we are getting paid. It's called a scholarship,
Mhm.
not
But
no money.
you know, NIL has changed things to everything's a 1-year contract now, as opposed to a 4-year commitment. But that said, Latif came in knowing Raiola was in front of him.
Right.
Raiola was planned to play another year. He wasn't supposed to go pro this year.
Yeah.
And Dayton was planning on coming in right after Latif. That was the plan going in. Latif isn't in a hurry, and now he burned his redshirt year.
Right. He had to burn his red shirt.
Redshirt year, and So Riley comes back next year, and Latif is his backup, and then we have what's his name?
Trey Taylor.
Trey Taylor coming in for the 27 class. Rail will get hurt. Latif comes in, and he's playing.
I'm on the other end of a Nebraska fan that I do think one of them leave, and I don't think it's Dylan. I think TJ's gonna try to use this as his
Springboard?
as his tape to show, hey, I got what it takes. Someone needs to tell me I'm gonna start.
Well, he better do good this weekend,
Yeah,
because if he
No,
doesn't
there's
do
one
good
that-
this weekend, he's a backup for next
I
year.
would love nothing more than a quarterback conversation at the beginning of next year. But with NIL, I just don't see it happening. It's a great problem to have. I would love that. It would make whichever one of them better, but I think TJ's using this right now of, hey, here's my highlights. I can do this for you, now start me.
I think if we have holders, as long as we hold Holderson down, I think we hold both quarterbacks.
I sure hope so.
Disagree.
I think this decommitment has more to do with the fact that the second Raiola doesn't think he can find a way on the field.
Right. No, and he's only a 3-star recruit.
That's right. He's a 3-star
He's only
recruit.
a
He's,
3-star.
he's looking at Latif, who's a 4-star dual threat recruit
Trey.
that came out great. Bray is a 4-star big arm, and just got done throwing for 1,300 yards and running for 700.
In one game.
No, for the season, right? I think those are the
Yeah.
stats that I heard. I mean, so what's little brother gonna do?
Yeah.
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
go
go
play for Kansas,
No, he's gonna go to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte was his second choice. The 49ers.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, they're not gonna pay him.
They were the closest, and yeah, but as a 3-star recruit, he needs to go to a school like that.
Yes.
You gotta go play when you're at that point. I mean,
Right.
You gotta find somewhere that's gonna play.
And see, that's what I've always wondered. Brian Denton, I tried to talk to you about this. Athletes coming out of high school, do they want to go to college to play, or do they want to go to college for the prestige?
I would say nowadays, with nowadays college football, with NIL, the transfer portal, they're looking to play. Them guys are looking to play. They're looking to get as much money as possible. That's what they're looking for. Latif is not going to be at Nebraska next year. Ryle is going to keep that job, and Latif will end up moving on. I don't
I think
see
by the end of
any.
the year, you'll see why Riley is gonna hold that job.
Oh, with Latif,
Yeah,
because he's got Penn State and Iowa's defenses to play.
correct.
Yeah.
His next 2 games are gonna be
But what I'm
nothing
saying,
like the UCLA game.
what if he does shine like he did in the UCLA game? No, I'm just saying.
Let's say he does.
Yeah,
Okay, let's say he wins out, right?
yeah,
And he shines. Absolutely, there's a quarterback controversy.
yes.
But the chances of him doing that are about as good as Texas winning back-to-back national championships.
Now, let's flip it to another person on that offense. Do we see Emmett Johnson in a Nebraska uniform or an NFL uniform next year?
That's tough.
I think he got one more year in college.
I think
say
he
one more
needs-
year and then head off.
Okay,
He needs one more year. of
right
college.
now, Mel Kiper has Emmett Johnson ranked as the 6th running back prospect in the draft next year,
Yeah.
and a day 2, a 2nd or 3rd round pick. So, does he go off the success he has had this year, with everybody knowing Nebraska's offensive line isn't that great, and still seeing what he puts up? Or does he try to come back next year, and what if his year isn't as good? I'm not saying it won't be, but I'm just saying, what if it's not as good and his draft stock drops? Does he try to feed off what he's done this year?
The biggest thing that they always say is you gotta ride the high. And
Yeah.
he's not as high, and I think he goes to the draft. Sadly, we had a hard enough time keeping him at Nebraska, getting him in the transfer portal for a few days until Dana convinced him to come back. I think he goes to the NFL.
I don't think his draft is that high. I think 6 is really high for him. And the reason why, he's coming from a team that throws the ball to set up the run.
Right.
He is proven that he is not the guy we can hand off the ball to on the 5-yard line and punch out 3-4 yards down there.
I'm just saying Mel Kiper has him.
I get that,
Right.
but
Running back in the draft.
as Nebraska fans, we watched him all year long.
Mhm.
He's not Amir Abdullah.
Does he deserve the Heisman like everybody's talking?
No.
No.
But he does deserve maybe the Doak Walker Award. He should be in the running
Maybe
for that.
no. Maybe like a couple votes in the Heisman, but he should be in New York.
I think he's close enough to getting to New York about being in the conversation of sitting there, but he should. I don't think he's in the conversation to win the dang thing.
He can't take over a game.
I disagree. I think you hand the ball to him more, take the offensive coordinator out of the position and avoid sacks and interceptions. You hand the ball off to him. I'm going old school again. Tom Osborne
But
theory.
he's proven that
Run
he
the
can't.
football.
But he's proven he can't make the short yardage situations when they know he's coming.
I think that's
He's
more.
coming. He's ineffective
I think that's more on
And
the
he's proved
Nebraska
that.
offensive line.
all year long.
What's that, Brian?
I think that's more on the Nebraska offensive line than it is on Emmett Johnson.
I agree,
I also agree with that.
but
Yeah.
let's go back in time. Since you like the old school idea, you take a Lawrence Phillips, an Amon Green, put them behind that weak line. You need 2 yards. They're still going to get it. That's why they were NFL prospects.
You know,
Amir Abdullah. You put him behind this line, and he still gives you 1,000-yard season, and he gets you those tough yards still too.
and also they had something back then that Emmett Johnson doesn't have now. It's called a fullback. We've had some great fullback. Steroids. Triple offense.
But I
Fullback.
honestly
Fullback.
Fullback was very important.
Go ahead, Brian.
I honestly think that's been one of Nebraska's downfalls all year is their offensive line. Because obviously you saw when they played good teams, Raiola had a hard time staying upright all game long.
It wasn't even good teams.
Yeah, and look what Oregon
Minnesota.
did to. Yeah, look what Oregon did to Minnesota last week.
Yeah,
It's the same
like I said,
team.
Minnesota's not a good
So-
team, but they beat our offensive line up.
Yeah. So Nebraska struggles with teams that just can get penetration on the offensive line.
It
Yeah, physical teams. That's what they struggle with. And I honestly think Emmett has a huge upside. Huge upside. I just think that the offensive line is holding him back more so than his ability is holding him back.
Well, 2 big questions burning. We'll see what happens at the end of the year if Emmett does decide to go to the NFL or if he decides to come back another year. Couple, not really any big games this week. I know USC travels up to Eugene to play Oregon. Cincinnati, BYU, which has kind of lost a little luster. Cincinnati's kind of fallen off the wayside here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they've had a couple tough losses,
And Nebraska to a night game in Happy Valley against the Whiteout.
and they're
Penn
10,
State.
they're 10.5-point underdogs at the moment.
Yeah, and that's climbed. It opened at
8.5.
or 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's climbed up to 10.5. So
You're forced to make a bet. Taking the points in Nebraska
Yeah, Happy Valley? No, I'm not.
on a whiteout night game.
And why not game? I'll take Penn State.
Brandon,
I gotta take the boys. I can't. I'll take Nebraska. I have to.
Brian,
If I'm taking the points, I'm taking Nebraska. We'll keep it close, but I don't see Penn State. I don't see them beating Penn State, honestly.
Derek.
I got Nebraska winning by 4 this weekend.
Wow. That's my dad.
I'm just gonna support Derek.
You have that upside down, dumbass. There you go.
Before he said that, what were you really gonna say? Because I knew what you were really gonna say. You're not even gonna say it, are you?
Nope,
Exactly.
can't do it.
Get anymore.
I honestly think that Penn State they've got more talent as far as overall. They have more talent.
$37.5 million in NIL money.
Yes. And I know that if they win out, they can make it to a bowl game yet. But I don't know if those guys have that drive and that desire to make it to a bowl game. Nebraska, Iowa's going to be a tougher game for Nebraska than Penn State.
Whoa.
I agree.
I agree with
I beg
kind
to
of
differ. There's gonna be 110,000 people in that stadium.
I
It's
understand.
gonna be a whiteout. It's a night game, and we're gonna be playing a freshman quarterback on his second start. That was protected the first game.
You also have no Drew Hour playing quarterback for Penn State. Their quarterback is not a season. And you've got good running backs on that side, and we've got Emmett Johnson. And the thing about Latif, he is not afraid to run the ball. He's not afraid to get out of that pocket and run.
But he's afraid to throw the ball.
Well, he threw against UCLA.
Yeah, not when he was under pressure. He
Yeah,
ran.
he ran.
If
And-
Nebraska wins this game, it's gonna be RPO.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to have Emmett Johnson carrying the ball 30 times and
Mhm.
control the time management.
Yep.
Time management.
And
The down
It has to be an ugly game.
the
That's
downfall
what
Nebraska
It's defensively ugly.
what's that, Brian?
the downfall for Nebraska in this game is their run defense.
yeah.
Their run def it's gonna cost them the game, I have a feeling. So
But see, I think Rule has something to prove. I think Rule wants this game worse than Penn State wants it. Like I said,
I agree.
if Penn State only had 1 or 2 losses right now, I would probably go with the 10.5 in Penn State. But
They
they
only
don't.
have 1 or 2 losses. That spread would be a lot bigger.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't think those guys. They're the Nebraska of Scott Frost last year. They're not motivated. They're
Okay.
not money.
Rule wants this, like you said, right? But going forward, there's a lot of changes coming to this Nebraska team.
Yeah.
Now that we have the money to go get players, I would gander to say defensively the 3-3 is going to disappear. We're going to be going to a 4-3 defense with emphasis on lockdown corners,
Mhm.
and then on the offensive side, we're that offensive line is going to change.
Yeah.
I mean that we're going to be. Unfortunately, we're going into rebuild with money.
What does that have to do with this game?
Because they're not ready for this game. They're not ready for this game. Latif is not ready for this game. They are going to chase him. He's going to be running for his life from bell to bell.
Like I said,
But he
I
can
made,
run the damn ball.
I made the prediction that Iowa was going to upset Oregon a couple weeks ago.
And it
Almost,
almost happened.
almost happened. I'm just saying, I see Nebraska pulling this one out by 4.
I wish I agreed with you. I can't.
I can see it.
I
I agree.
that's what I'm going with. But like I said, not a lot of big games that can shake things up this week.
Also on board out in Colorado said he has Nebraska over Penn State by 10.
Wow.
Zach. Our boy Zach. Thank you, Zach.
Zach, by the way, is leading in predictions on college and pro on our site.
Really?
That's the guy to freaking listen to.
They got me fix them well.
enjoy your college football, but now we're going to move on. And have you all noticed Jeff Green is in one of the better moods he has been in all year? Why? Because Shador Sanders was named QB1 today, and we'll be starting Sunday. And
It was beautiful as you thought it would be. He sucks.
but we've been talking about this all year, and you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. He got put in last week in kind of a tough situation, I would say, against the Ravens. Down, he had to try to move them, not getting any blocking, but let's see what he does with one whole game. See where he's at.
And you can tell though, I was surprised that the Cleveland crowd really does want to see him.
I know.
I mean,
To have that many demented people is just
it's you know, it's almost like they're all drinking Kool-Aid and mushroom infused Kool-Aids.
it's Cleveland.
yeah.
What do you
No,
expect?
it's true.
Cleveland
What
hasn't
do you
had a
expect?
quarterback since Brian Sipe. Okay, we'll go Bernie Kosar.
There you go.
Bernie Kosar.
Actually, Derek, they had their quarterback and they let him go.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing
100%.
some great commercials in Cleveland. I don't know why they would let him go, but another one, Joe Burrow, close to returning for the Bengals. Is it too late to salvage that season for Cincinnati? Even though the AFC North is weak right now. Baltimore and Pittsburgh are not that far ahead of Cincinnati.
It's not mathematically impossible, but they sure would have loved to pick up a couple more wins along the way.
Well, everybody would have.
But they were in places to do it.
They were.
And, their defense is just what it's been for the last 5 years. Atrocious. I mean, that's a sieve with a lot of those holes that are just bore out so that you get a little more through.
Not only
Coming
their
back this
defense.
week? Or is it, because I've heard it's very, very soon.
It
Right.
could be this week,
But
more
it
likely the
definitely
week
is,
after.
yeah.
But they're
You don't
just
wanna- you don't
showing
wanna leave that division that close with Joe Burrow coming back.
What's that, Brian?
they're just showing that you can't win with a bad offensive line and a bad defense.
No.
You can't. No matter how good of receivers you got, no matter how good a quarterback you got, it doesn't matter.
And
If
they
they don't
got a
have-
decent running back. I mean,
Yeah.
Chase Brown's a decent running back.
Chase Brown's not bad by any means.
No.
Isn't Jamar Chase out this week?
Yeah,
Suspended because he spit
That's
in
what I
that
thought.
quarterback's face.
And guess
Yeah.
who has him on fantasy?
It's been one of those years in fantasy, Jesus.
Yes, it has been. I mean, I only had one guaranteed victory this year, but didn't I beat you? Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Thank you very much for bringing that up.
I had to. So, talking about another quarterback in the NFL. And is his career over, and not because of an injury, but Justin Fields has been benched by the New York Jets, and that's kind of a death sentence, isn't it? If you're benched by the Jets,
He's been benched by everybody.
the Bears,
Yeah, but the Jets.
I know what I'm saying, but that's just the icing on the cake.
I-
Bears,
I mean,
Pittsburgh, and now
you know,
Jets.
was Justin Fields
I
ever
don't know if I
really
finished the year.
an NFL quarterback?
Retired.
He wasn't really an NFL quarterback. He could run, but
Talking about Tyrone?
talking about Fields.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
I don't think he's the actual what you would consider an NFL quarterback that can lead your team to a Super Bowl.
He's a typical
Go ahead.
he's a typical Ohio State quarterback.
No.
They're surrounded by talent, but when they get to the NFL, they don't translate. It just doesn't translate to the NFL. The jury's still out on
DJ Stroud.
Stroud, but traditionally Ohio State quarterbacks don't translate to the NFL. It's showing that.
That's horse shit. But what he is, he's like Carson Wentz. He should be a backup somewhere, and he'll make a very good living over the next 10 years doing backup work. He come in and win a game here or there for you, but week to week, giving teams time to plan for him. No, he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
And he's a not as talented Lamar Jackson.
Kind of. Yeah, I would agree.
I think more like Carson Wentz.
Well, I'm saying his playing style, where he looks to run more than he looks to throw.
Well, Carson Wentz was that when he first got in the league.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't a running quarterback.
He was the white dual threat quarterback.
Well, if any of you watched the Minnesota game, how long before Justin Jefferson is going to ask to be traded? He is so frustrated right now with JJ McCarthy. If Minnesota doesn't look for a quarterback, which they had one last year in Sam Darnold, who's doing well in Seattle,
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Jefferson is just every time the ball was thrown to him, it was high, it was outside, it was all over the place, and he couldn't make a catch. And you could just see the frustration on that guy's face. One of the most talented receivers in the league, if not the most. What do you look at with that guy?
I think he's out in a couple next year, if not the end of this year. Honestly, because if they're not going to put a quarterback in there for him, what's the point in having him?
Does he demand
Honestly.
a trade?
Yes.
You could.
I mean, imagine if you were that guy. Jesus Christ, trade me. If you're not going to use me, trade me. You know, or give me a lot of money. I want to be the number one highest paid wide receiver in the game. Or you need to get rid of me so I can go somewhere and win some rings.
Well, look at what he's done with the quarterbacks he's had.
Yeah. And they're running the
Honestly,
mill. I mean, you're talking Kirk Cousins. I mean,
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. But Sam Darnold, let's pump the brakes on that. Sam Darnold did really well last year, and he's doing it again
Yep.
without the high quality receivers. So, I mean,
Oh, he's got Jackson Smith and Jigba. And
that's not just Jefferson and Hutchinson.
who?
Or not Hutchinson. Hutchinson left.
Addison.
Addison, there you go.
Another receiver duo that one of them is probably going to be gone by the end of the year. George Pickens and CD Lamb. I mean, they can't pay both of them.
George Pickens will be the one to go.
He's younger.
He'll still be the one to go. Jared will never pay him his contract.
he's been having a better year than CD.
He's not going to keep George.
What's that, Brian?
If I was Dallas, I'd keep George.
I'm not saying that's not what they should do. I'm saying everyone in this room knows what Jerry Jones does. He's going to keep CD Lamb, and he's not going to pay.
I just don't see why Dallas can't pay both of them.
If they're both on contracts and they both are going to ask for big money, you got to pay some.
Well, they're not paying
the
the
rest of the
defense.
team.
You're paying, but you are paying Dak Prescott $45 million a year.
Yeah, at some point you need to fix that mistake. I mean,
Yeah.
even Jerry Jones, you got to see that. I mean, he's not that blind. Maybe he is. I think he is.
I agree. I would agree. I think he is. I think he let his best defender go.
But he cleared up so much cap space to improve things.
Okay, then get rid
But
of
what did he improve?
I was 100%.
Nobody wants him.
Yeah.
So cut bait.
Now, one other receiver controversy let's talk about. How long before Devonta Smith starts squeaking the wheel? Because now his shares of targets has gone way down because Jalen's looking for AJ Brown every pass play, it seems like. And I'm not saying Devontae Smith is that much worse than AJ Brown, if maybe not better.
Honestly, as a Philadelphia fan, I would take
Okay,
Devontae Smith over AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when crunch time comes down, who comes down with the ball every time? Devontae Smith. You know, well,
When he's not injured.
Saquon Barkley.
but honestly, AJ Brown sat down and had a meeting with Jeff Lurie, all this stuff this week. They are force feeding him. You can see it.
Yeah.
They're force feeding him, and I don't know, but the Howie Roseman.
Those are some good ones.
What?
All right, we've had a lot of comments.
I thought about this one. Got a few of these.
Zach, before you said Brown and Smith in Philadelphia. Dak Prescott is Dallas Russell Wilson. Cowgirls just need a lot of help. True. Justin Fields just ended on some shitty teams for his career. He still could have a chance. We will have to see.
Yeah, I think this is the last stop.
Think so. And the last one was Cincinnati has a chance, but I think Baltimore will take the division and Steelers will snag a wild card spot. And the Chiefs or Buffalo will not be in the playoffs. From Zach.
I agree with the first part, but not the second part.
Well,
Chiefs are not going to the playoffs.
You'll miss this week?
Aaron Rodgers?
Broken wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken finger.
He's a senior citizen. Anything broken is going to affect him.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is done. Put a fork in him, send him out to pasture. So
That was the
Last week we talked about we were gonna post what we thought was our 12 BCS teams and our top 10 NFL power rankings. Good friend of all of ours. We used to work with him. No offense, Braden, but one of the better golfers I've ever played with. Jordan Greenwood lit Jeff up. Now, Jordan,
Wow.
I hope you are watching, Jordan. There was only one thing on there that I disagree with you, and that is the fact that you said Brian Denton's the only one who knows what he's talking about. We've got to clear the air.
I didn't even know you started with that.
We got to clear the air on this one, okay? Nick Sirianni Jr. does know some stuff about football, but come on, man. You can't give Brian that much credit. I know you guys live close to each other, Colorado, right there on the western border. But Jordan, you were also good friends with Spicy, so we're gonna take that into account as well. Now, we've got somebody that didn't put in a top 10, so I'm gonna put him on the spot. Brian Cook, who is your number one team in the NFL right now?
I can't believe that Denton let his own team down. The top team. Where are the battles won, Derek? Old school. Where are the battles won? In the trenches.
Did you say the Eagles not gonna walk out right now?
The Philadelphia Eagles had the best trench play. I'm sorry, Brady. Sit down.
Get out of
I'm
here.
telling you, defense and offensive lines, both, you win there first. Win in the trenches, and you got Saquon Barkley, a running back that's good. Sorry, Jeff.
He's not. He's a health risk.
I'm telling you, Philadelphia's got the best potential. In fact,
They're not. And you talk about the trenches, they just lost Lance on the offensive line.
Lane.
And they have other injuries on there that were before they lost him. They've been having trouble with their offensive line this whole season.
and they've been replacing him. And
No, they haven't. That's why they've been struggling.
one of the best running teams in the nation. Detroit, they were able to corral them, stop the Lions, and I'm impressed with Philadelphia's defense and their offensive line play. Even with Lane, they're going to have someone step up. Next guy up.
Okay, so Brian Cook would say the Eagles are the best team in the league. Brian Denton, you went with the Broncos.
Yes, and the only
Don't understand what is wrong.
That's why we're letting him talk.
honestly, the only reason I flipped them two because them two could be flip flops for me. Either one of them could be that top
Broncos,
team.
Eagles.
Yes, either one of them could be flip flop. But the reason that I put them is because the Eagles did go in and stop the home win streak in Lincoln Financial, and they went on the road overseas and won that game, which nobody's really done. So Denver really is the if you want to say it, the Philadelphia Eagles of the AFC. They don't win pretty, but they win the games no matter what happens. And actually, their first two losses, or their only two losses, they didn't trail in them games until the end of the game with a field goal kick. So they could easily be undefeated. That's the only reason I put Denver ahead. But I would agree with you. I could see them two teams honestly in the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
Wow. I don't got how you fun.
Jeff, you took the Rams as the number one team in the NFL right now.
Yes.
Why?
Stafford. Experience. And he's got great wide receivers. He don't make mistakes. And they got a solid defense. And every time they get put in a position where everyone, they're gonna get beat this weekend. It doesn't really happen. You put them against you put the Giant or Philadelphia or the Broncos against Rams right now on a neutral field. The Rams are favored. Both games.
The Philadelphia has the Rams number. The Rams will not go to the Super Bowl at all.
I disagree.
Because that Super Bowl is going to go through Philly. It's going to go through Philly.
Braden, who did you have number one?
The Colts.
Same as me.
Yeah,
Like father, like son.
I don't understand that. You not understand the choke artist, the deer in the headlights, and I mean his eyes are wide open.
Okay, no,
Daniel Jones is going to choke eventually down the stretch. He proved that in New York. He's
We're
going to
not-
do it in
I don't want to offend you with this comment, Jeff. I truly don't. But who the hell did he have on New York? Nobody. You give him a decent offensive line. You give him a running back that isn't injured like Saquon.
He had Saquon.
Barely because he's always
He had neighbors. He
For
had
1 year.
weapons.
For 1 year.
He had weapons.
Okay, what did you always say about Saquon?
He's a health risk.
Exactly, because he barely played.
That's right.
Okay, there we go. That eliminates that conversation. How many years did he have in the league neighbors?
2.
1.
Hit it for one.
One.
Wow. Okay, stop.
Daniel Jones had nobody given to him at the New York Giants. He goes into a running back that by far could be in the talk for best running back in the league right now.
Absolutely.
One of the better offensive lines in the league. I'm not going to say the best, one of the better offensive lines, and a few decent receivers, and look what he's doing. They have the most points scored out of any team in the league, and they've given up the least amount of points than any team in the league.
That's honestly the only reason he's having a good year is because they're the best running team in football.
Very good. Thank you for pointing
But
it out.
Daniel Jones is also getting out of the pocket. He's scrambling. He's picking up yards with his legs. And the other thing that he has right now that the Colts didn't have the last few years, if you look at all these teams that have been good over the last few years, the Eagles, Dallas Goedert, the Chiefs, Travis Kelce, the Niners, George Kittle. The Colts now have Tyler Warren.
And Tyler Warren's a big time player.
And he is a great tight end. They also go out and pick up what a lot of people think is a shutdown corner in Sauce Gardner at the trade deadline. And that improved that defense. That's why I put the Colts as number one. They did beat the Broncos earlier this year.
That game happens again, they don't win.
I,
Denver beats them the second time.
what
For
if
sure.
the Broncos and Eagles play again at Philadelphia?
I think Philly wins. Honestly. But I
You can sit there and and I'm not saying you're wrong, Brian. I'm just saying
Yeah, you say he's wrong, right?
that the Broncos in the last few games, Bo Nix usually doesn't show up. I mean, he's in the locker room until the fourth quarter. That's when he shows up.
You
Now-
take away the fourth quarter for the Broncos this year, they're 5-5. They're 4-6.
I mean, when I look at
Absolutely.
they struggled against the Giants of all teams. Sorry, no offense.
They were
And
the Jets.
no, did they beat the Chiefs? They did. They beat them on that last second field goal last week. But
So what are you saying? Anyone who lost to the Giants is a sucky team? I would agree with that. That's why the Eagles aren't going to make it to the Super Bowl.
so that's why I went. But you've got, in my opinion, you've got 4 teams up at the top: the Colts, the Broncos, the Eagles, and the Rams. All 4 of those teams, you could put in any of those 4 spots, and you could give a reasoning why. You had the Rams, you had the Broncos, you had the Eagles, you had the Colts. We all differed on that part of it. Do I think the Eagles are still a good team? Yeah, they're a really good team in the NFC right now. Are the Broncos a good team?
Yeah.
They've got a great
Yes.
defense. They've got a good running game. Eric Ebron has come on late and is really playing good for them. Again, there's your tight end coming into play on that.
They got a weak quarterback.
Nix.
Nix is not a weak quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just a sophomore
Yeah.
slump. That's all it is. Last year, okay, hold on. Last year at the beginning of the year, he was struggling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What did he do in the last part of the year?
Didn't matter. They lost some of the games that no one cared.
That's right.
They made the playoffs.
Barely.
They made the playoffs.
Barely. Anyway.
Okay, so they beat the 2 Super Bowl teams from the prior year.
Which are both
Denver,
down and out this year. They're not themselves. Chiefs are far from what they were last year. And
Okay.
the Eagles, they're slipping by in some of these games to even make themselves relevant. They are not a top 4 team in this.
win's a
I don't
win,
know how you
Jeff.
guys keep putting them up there in that. They are not.
Hey,
And they haven't
all
played.
I'm gonna say is for both these teams, it doesn't matter what it looks like. A win's a win in the NFL. And they honestly, right now, them two teams are probably the top two defenses in the NFL. Do you really want to play them teams going into the playoffs with home field advantage? No. Denver, okay, so
It wouldn't bother me to play the Eagles, depending on who I am.
you
The
really
Chiefs,
want to go
on
to
the
Lincoln
other hand,
Financial?
they have Mahomes, so no, I don't want to see the Chiefs in the playoffs. On the road, at home, it doesn't matter how you look
I'm
at
not
that.
talking
No
about the
one
Chiefs.
wrong throwing the ball around on your defense.
I'm not talking about the Chiefs.
Who are you talking about?
The Broncos.
No one's scared of the Broncos.
They're
No one
undefeated
is
at
scared of the
home.
Broncos.
They're
And that's the bottom
undefeated
line.
at
No one's
home.
scared of them.
That's
If
okay.
you're a wild card team that slipped in and you got the pull, then you win your first game and you're going to Denver, you're like, fuck yeah, easy road to the semis.
Denver's undefeated at home. Keep that in
No,
mind.
There is another team in the NFL that has 2 losses. I did put them 5, and that is the New England Patriots. They are playing good football.
I got them on 4.
I had him at 2, I think.
And
Brian has them at 4 too. We all got the
Yeah.
Pats in our top
I know.
4.
No, I
I
don't.
don't.
I got him at 10.
Oh, you got them at
I got
5.
them at 5.
10?
10?
Mike Vrabel is a great coach. There's a reason why they're different than last year.
Pats do everything you've been preaching since you walked in that door. Great offense, great trenches, run the ball, time control. Don't make mistakes, let them wait. They should be your favorite team.
Their inexperienced leadership on that team, they're really, other than Mike Vrabel, they really have no leadership. I know everybody's high on their quarterback, but they have no experience. You need leadership to guide your team.
They
As well.
Right.
Okay.
have-
Okay.
Okay, so if that's the case, where do you have the Broncos at?
As a number 3. But
Okay. Hold
What
on.
leadership is on that team?
their defense, their entire defense, their leadership
Hold on.
wins games.
Not
Yes,
championships.
hang on. Yes, Brian.
Brian Cook has a good point. Their defense wins games.
Never
Hold
did
on.
that shit in your
Hold
black.
Hold on. And what is Denver doing it without? The best defensive player they have.
Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that the defense is playing back, but they're still not allowing points. So who cares? Honestly, let Patrick Surtain get healthy, get him in the playoffs. The AFC's weak. The AFC is weak this year.
Me and Jeff talked about this earlier. Defense does win championships.
Yes,
Everyone agreed. Correct? But when it comes down to the Super Bowl, what does every team have that wins the Super Bowl?
Kicker.
Damn. A star quarterback.
Adam Vinatieri.
A
How
star
many Super did he have
quarterback.
for Brady? Harrison Butker, how many games does he won for the Chiefs?
He's got a good player.
That's because Adam Vinatieri did decide. That's not
About 4 of them.
about 4 of them. Yeah,
What me and Jeff are getting at is a star quarterback.
star quarterback.
Yes.
Uh,
That too.
Bo Nix is not that. Bo Nix is not a star quarterback. Mediocre at best. Bill Pack.
Disagree.
I know you do.
If you take the Kansas City Chiefs, the New England Patriots, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Baltimore Ravens, 5 teams out of 16 in the AFC, what year do you have to go back to until you get somebody who did not represent the AFC in the Super Bowl
Probably 20 years.
besides
Easy.
those 5?
Wow.
20 years plus, probably.
2003, the Raiders got destroyed by John Gruden, Chucky, and the Bucks.
And that was the team that John Gruden built.
Yeah, Bill Callahan took over and
Yeah.
didn't know what the hell to do. But 5 teams out of the AFC have represented them in the last 22 years.
Who's
And-
the other one?
Not changing.
Huh?
Who's the other one?
The Chiefs, the Patriots, Steelers, Ravens, Bengals. And the Bengals
There's
won
an-
1 year.
Joe.
There's another one in there. Denver won in 2015.
Oh, Denver. Yeah, sorry. There were 6. Denver won it with Peyton Manning, and then the couple years before that,
That's so
Seahawks
forgettable,
made them
wasn't
look
it?
bad.
That was like the year the NFL lost. I mean, it was time warp went on. We were worried about other things going on in the world.
But once
And,
again,
I mean, this
Hey,
happened.
honest-
it wasn't
honestly-
even Manning that really did that. Von Miller,
Jeff?
Matthew Lee, Chris Harris, they had a monster defense
Monster
that year,
defense.
and Cam Newton was running for his life.
I mean, it was like 2 weeks before the playoffs. They had Von Miller and Manning on one of the shows, and Von Miller goes, "Yeah, you never thought we would want to get Peyton Manning to have the 21st offense in the country."
But
So I got 1 point on that.
yeah,
The last time that Denver's had this good a record was 2015 when they won the Super Bowl. And this team looks scary similar to that team. Honestly.
We really
Very
comparing
skilled.
both to Peyton Manning right now.
I guess so.
No, I'm just saying Peyton Manning was terrible that year. But they still won a
no.
Super Bowl. They still won a Super Bowl, didn't they?
He was old. And
They
you
still
know,
won a Super
and that's why when everyone tells us how great Peyton Manning was, you know, he had to stretch out 1 year. He probably shouldn't have played. Go play for a great defense and paid some witch off to curse the rest of the world so that the Denver Broncos finally could win a Super Bowl. Was to get his second Super Bowl. You know, and his brother Eli walked right through Tom Brady twice.
I'll be
Win
the
Super
first to
Bowl.
admit, we're haters.
I mean,
We are. Zach, we are haters.
Okay. It's okay.
We're gonna win one this year, I'm telling you.
no,
You'll be lucky to get up first.
I am
Right.
I'm excited because you're getting new blood in there now. You're getting the Broncos and the Patriots in there. The Rams, they've kind of been around, you know, they won a Super Bowl a few years ago with Aaron Donald. But the Bears are up there playing really good football right now. You've got the Buccaneers playing decent on some days, horrible on others. They were in a shootout with Josh Allen last week. Allen,
see, now you're talking to a team that people need to be scared of.
the Bucks.
No, the Bills.
The Bill, I agree.
Fucking Josh Allen, that defense is playing as good as anybody out there.
They're not even going to win their division.
What?
They're not even going to win their division.
Yeah, they will.
You don't have to win the division.
They'll win.
Calling it right now, the
You're in.
Patriots win.
Who do you think wins that division?
Patriots.
Patriots.
Oh, Wilson. Sure, I forgot that they're.
They're game and a half up. By the time the Bills charge, they'll be.
I think the Patriots do win that division, but I think the Bills are the strongest team in the AFC.
That is ridiculous.
They're
How is that ridiculous? They got the best quarterback.
They have a terrible defense.
They have the best. They do not have a terrible defense.
Oh, and hold on. On this game that they were talking about with Josh Allen had this monster game. They didn't talk about his turnovers. What's gonna happen when you get in the playoffs? He's gonna turn it over at crucial time. And there we go. The Bills are gonna lose.
Playoff drop down.
Yeah, that's what
The
Yes.
Bills in the playoffs don't work. Period.
Now, there is
That I
a
agree with
team.
you.
There is a team that we haven't talked about yet that I feel if they get healthy could make a run come playoff time, and that's the 49ers.
I don't know.
If they can get healthy,
Wrong team.
wrong team?
There's a team out there you guys haven't talked about that is gonna make a surge. And it's one of two teams in the NFC.
One of two teams in the NFC. You're
Good
thinking the
coaching.
Lions?
The Lions got a great coach. The other one has a great coach, just got him this year. He went from a losing team and he's got him at 7-3. Ben Johnson of the
Yes.
Chicago Bears.
I mentioned the Bears,
The
The Bears have potential because of their coach.
but the Bears
I
still
have
have
6 on my power ratings. I see highly of the Bears. I see them winning a lot of games. Super Bowl, I think, is a stretch.
Packers are still the
I
best team in that
see them- I
division.
think they're making some noise. The Niners, the problem is you only can go as far as Brock Purdy gets you, and he's an Alex Smith.
That,
But here's the thing, he's taken them to a Super Bowl when they had a stacked roster. If McCaffrey can get healthy and stay healthy,
Kittle.
if Kittle stays healthy and continues to be healthy,
Pearsall.
Pearsall.
I agree with you. They have a top 5, top 6
If
defense.
they get to the playoffs and IU comes back, that's a scary team out of the NFC.
I think the Lions are under, we're not looking enough into the Lions and what they've got. They have the best running.
The problem with the
Running
Lions
program.
is, you know,
in football right now.
Yeah, they got you excited last year. They got you on board. They got you running around going, "Oh, look at Detroit! Look at Detroit!" And then Washington goes in there and squashes them. And that's hard to figure. That's hard to get behind them.
Their only weakness in Detroit is their quarterback. You put pressure on that guy, that
Goof. He,
that
Yeah.
would hurt him.
and like I said,
His
it's
defense
really hard to fall in line with that after the Washington game
Any
last
good
year.
comments, Brady?
We've had a lot of them. Holy buckets.
Good.
Okay. Here we go. Nix is a star quarterback from Renee. Wrong. Hey, Brian Cook, you looking good from Jim Stevens.
Thank you.
Zach says that me and Jeff are Broncos haters. Very much agree. Jim Stevens, Nix is an average quarterback. Bills suck. In the playoffs, they do. Allen will choke in the playoffs like every other. I've never agreed with Jim Stevens. Jim also said donkeys suck. Okay. Zach said Caleb needs a professional nail painter. Come on, guys. Agreed. So much agreed.
Well,
the one question was to Brock Osweiler stepped in for Manning and we made the playoffs and we won the Super Bowl that year. Question: who do you think is better, Osweiler or Nix? That's one for Derek.
Tim Tebow.
That's a good answer.
Tebow
That's
won.
a good answer.
Tebow won a playoff game. Now, he did beat the Steelers, so I don't know if you count
On
that.
one pass.
Yeah, I know.
Big blitz.
Better quarterback between Bo Nix and Brock Osweiler. I gotta go Nix on that one. Osweiler.
That's not even a question.
or-
That's not a question.
Denver won that Super Bowl not because of Peyton Manning. They did it despite they had Peyton Manning. I mean, they could have took an average quarterback that year and been in a better spot than Peyton Manning after throwing ducks 15 yards deep. Just
And-
that.
Von Miller.
Well, it's just-
The Denver win in 15 is like what 03 win with Baltimore or 04 win with Baltimore.
or you could take the 2 wins the Giants had over the Patriots.
No. They had
Throwing ducks
they
out
had
there.
the best Manning to ever play football at their helm. That's
Oh,
what the Giants had.
You're
They
high,
had
Jeff.
the best
You're high.
Manning in the bunch.
The helmet catch?
That helmet catch was so easy.
Good tackle thrown up in
That
there.
was on their side.
And
How
my
many
great
times-
hand.
how many times did Peyton Manning beat Tom Brady in the playoffs?
In the playoffs?
Yeah, how many times?
3.
No, he didn't.
Did you say Peyton or Eli?
Peyton.
How many did Tom Brady beat Peyton?
Yeah, no. How many times did Peyton beat Tom Brady in the
I
playoffs?
think it was 3.
I don't think so. I think it was one. And that was the only time that was when they were out there kicking the snow out of the way so that they
Jeff,
kick that fucking
Jeff.
ball.
Jeff, it is 3.
It is 3?
Okay.
Yeah, how come he only had one? How come he only had one Super Bowl?
Because he was also going up against Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers at the time.
Jeff, let me help you rephrase that question. How many times did Peyton Manning beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl?
Well, they play in the playoff.
Okay, yeah. Well,
They're in the same conference.
we don't. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
How many
bet
times?
0.
How many times did Eli Manning beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl?
2.
There you go.
How many other quarterbacks out there ever beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl?
0.
0.
Now,
Hey, Jeff, what is Eli Manning without them 2 Super Bowls, though? An average quarterback.
No, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner over the GOAT. Over the GOAT.
That doesn't make you the best.
men's in their 5 total playoff matchups. So he has the advantage 3-2 over Brady in the
Well, how do
playoffs.
you guess that?
Mhm.
So that means he
3
choked out.
wins for Manning,
So that means
2
he-
wins for
so that
Brady
means he
head to head
choked
in
out-
the playoffs.
That means he choked outside the GOAT.
Well, Manning went to 2 Super Bowls, once with the Colts, once with the Broncos.
He went to 3.
He went to 3
I was about
He went
say,
to 3
last
because
one.
he lost to the Seahawks in the
Yeah.
Legion of Boom. And so Did
Eli went twice, and he played
and
against
Tom Brady would
and-
have lost
he
to
both
the
of them.
Seahawks if they would have just given
Oh.
Marshawn Lynch the goddamn ball on the freaking 1 yard line.
Now, this is something we all can agree on.
Yes.
That was the stupidest call of all Super Bowl history.
Because
Yes.
Pete Carroll wanted Russell Wilson to be the hero and not Marshawn Lynch because he knew Wilson would give a better interview at the end and Marshawn wouldn't have. And those came directly out of the mouth of Richard Sherman, a member of the Legion of Boom.
But then
Hey, Jeff.
let's portray this. You beat Marshawn Lynch. How do you feel now that you won the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it mattered that you took the ball off for the 2 yard line and got through 3 tackles? Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey Jeff,
I get it. Maybe they
Yeah.
should have went to the backup running back.
who else beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl?
Nick Foles.
A backup. A backup.
Yeah, that's right. Because you guys needed that to happen, otherwise you wouldn't have had the Super Bowl. Because the kid, Carson Wentz would have went in there. Oh my God, that would have been a runaway. You know, look like the Bills against the Cowboys. They got waxed. What was that? 52-10.
Well, to end this, Brian, have the Eagles ever lost a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Oh my.
Brian, have your Steelers ever lost a Super Bowl?
No.
Yes, the Packers beat them.
Well,
Braden, have your
I know
Chiefs
this
ever
is
lost a
really-
Super Bowl?
Yes, they have.
Have the Giants ever lost one?
Oh God, yes.
Have the Buccaneers ever lost the Super
Tampa
Bowl?
Bay Buccaneers ever lost a Super Bowl?
No, they have not.
No, they're 2-0. So we're going to end it on that. A lot of great football coming up this weekend. Saturday we got college. Sunday we got the professionals. Tomorrow night you've got an exciting matchup between the Bills and somebody.
Another Bills victory.
Well, I know because they're not playing anybody. I think it's the Jets, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but
It's the Houston Texans.
and you know,
Keep in mind,
hang on.
keep in mind they got blown out by Miami. Keep that in mind.
Bills did. Yes.
Yeah.
I watched the game and I still don't understand what I watched.
Devon.
Say it.
Devon
Devon
A.
Anchin. And Ollie Gordon.
Yeah.
And don't forget to thank you for coming tonight. You're a great addition. I had a lot of fun with this.
Brian Cook, everybody, a Houston Astro fan, a Texas Longhorn fan, a Houston Texan fan. Sorry.
And I just want to say I didn't know all these things. He was not vetted as well as I thought he was before I invited him in. I did not realize I was being. I didn't realize. Just so you know, there'll be stronger vet questions going forward for our guest
And
speakers.
Brian was also a sports producer on 2 different radio stations, KWBE here. He also hosted his own show, the Neil and Bob Show.
Was that on Cafe AG?
KFHE. It was all gay all day. It is not gay.
Oh God. That explains the Texas thing.
I used to do some color commentary with Brian on the radio. We used to announce together out at the races. We've been friends for a long time, and you know, I was
That's how you ended up raising your child.
yes.
Yep.
So, but it has been another great evening, gentlemen. I love the interaction, fans. Keep that coming. We got a whole nother week of NFL football. Let's do another top 10 in the NFL.
Actually, everyone have a happy Thanksgiving next week.
Yes, we will not be here next
That's right.
Wednesday night. I want you all to please have a great, safe, happy Thanksgiving, spending time with your family and friends and whoever you're going to be with. We will be back the following week after that, but we can also always post our top 10.
Absolutely.
So, Brian,
Yeah.
I would like you to post the top 10 with us.
Agree.
We'll get you Brian Denton's phone number if you don't already have it.
I've got it.
It's 1-800 next year. We will post the top 10 with all 5 of us here, and we want you to post your top 10 to us. Please do that. Brian, are you going to reach out to whoever had the most comments tonight? And we're going to put theirs on the website with ours. But in
Yep.
the people, put down what your top 10 is. We would love to see it. We want to see all that different interaction. We want to talk about it next 2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks from that.
So a lot of football between now and our next show. And
So, hey, and everyone, we got a big Husker game. We got Penn State, Whiteout game. Everyone, go! Big Red! Go, Big Red!
by the time our next show airs, the Nebraska Iowa game will be over as well.
Yes.
Oh, see? Double go, Big Red!
So please enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. We will see you right after that as we get ready to bring on the Christmas time, the BCS, the bowl games, the playoffs. I think we're gonna let's do a bowl pick 'em this year on our website, Brian. Pick
All right.
the bowl game as it comes out and see who the best is. I know last year you and Braden wanted to take Jeff and I on in the NCAA March Madness. Maybe we'll give you guys a little chance to beat.
Let's run it back, Brian. Let's run it back.
Yep. Losers all.
Jeff was no part of that NCAA bracket. It was Derek versus us two. Just so everyone knows.
So,
Hey, we won.
We
We won.
If you would have taken
It was a team game.
whatever you say, if you would have taken your points away, he still would have beat us. You did nothing for that.
That's not true.
That's very true. You can go back and look.
So we are glad you joined us here for a little bit of your Wednesday evening. It is always fun to have each and every one of you with Tailgate Talk. Brian, I'd like to we'll get him back again.
Absolutely.
Let's get him back. Let's get him back.
Absolutely.
He brings
You brought energy.
he's my portable home entertainment center. Brian, have a great Thanksgiving, my man, out there in Colorado. If you're traveling back here, please travel safely. Brian, Braden, Jeff, please have a happy Thanksgiving. All of you out there have a happy Thanksgiving. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, send it out to your friends. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. You've been watching Tailgate Talk, and
We
We
know
know
sports.
sports.